Hello guys, good morning. Today I am going to be teaching you how to make healthy Jamaican fried dumplings. So here we go. For that we're going to need our flour and our baking powder. We're going to need some Himalayan pink salt. We are going to need some unrefined virgin coconut oil. Okay, so to start, I will be preparing this meal for three boys. Yes, so I'm going to see how much flour I'm going to need. That's 1 cup. I think I'm going to need some more. That's 2 cups of flour I'm going to be making for my boys. Okay, that is it for the flour. Now I am going to put my baking powder, and I'm going to tell you, because I normally don't use like a measuring, but to show you guys, I'm using my measuring spoon. That's 1 teaspoon. About 2 teaspoons of baking powder should go into that. Then for my salt, I will use about, let me see, half. This thing giving me a little problem. No worries though. I'm going to use about half teaspoon of salt. That was half teaspoon of salt. But so now I forgot to get my water, so remain here, camera boy. I will go for my water and come back. So ensure that you're zooming in so that the people can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make like a little well, and I'm going to pour my water. Oh, spilled some. That's okay. All right. Then now I'm going to mix it around. That's what I normally do. Now remember guys, these are healthier fried dumplings from when you use that white flour. So I'm going to pour my water. And then I'm going to get some more water. Mixing it like this. This is the way I do it. Some people do it a different way. Whatever way you do it, and it's fine for you, it's okay. You don't have to do it exactly like what I do. We're all different. Now I'm kneading my flour, making sure I don't put too much water. You can't put too much water, else your dough will spoil. You have to make sure you just put the right amount. So as you can see, I'm using a 500 milliliter bottle of water, and I already just put like half of that bottle of water in there. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I've finished kneading my dough, and now I'm going to put them in little balls, the dough in little balls, so I can fry it. So I'm going to pinch off little portions. Go down, zoom way down, camera boy, so that you can see how I portion the portion size. You can make them bigger if you want. It's just that I always make them this size for my sons, and yeah, this is the size that they are accustomed to. So I'm just going to make them in this, put them in different protection. After I finish doing that, if your dough is sticky, you can use a little flour to make it not sticky, but my dough is fine because I've been frying dumplings for so long for my kids, so I'm used to it. But just take your time and do it. And again, I want to just remind you that I used whole wheat flour to make these dumplings, and I'm going to fry them. We call them fried dumplings in Jamaica. Many people use like just white flour. Some people add additional stuff like maybe little sugar and things like those, but I don't do that because when I fry these dumplings in coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil, they are tasting so wonderful with just the basic ingredients that you saw me put in. So I don't need any extra stuff. And if you're trying to be healthy, you have to try to cut down off these extra stuff like the sugar and all those things. They're nice, but when we look at our bodies, sometimes we can see the effect of all that eating that way, with adding sugar to everything that we do. Well, so I didn't use a regular oil as you see before. I use the extra virgin oil because that oil is better for your body than the regular vegetable oil. So now I'm going to go over to where I'm going to be frying these dumplings. Okay, so I put my stove on high, and now I'm going to measure the oil. Remember, this meal will be prepared. This meal will be prepared for 3 boys. So this is 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3, 4, 5, 6. And remember, this meal is going to be shared for 3 boys, so it's not like it's going to be for just 1 person. Here I finished putting my dumplings in little balls. So now I'm going to make it. So what I do is I press my middle of my hand on it like that, just to make it flat. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the pot now. Okay, so now, as you can see, I'm making sure I have a very big pot, and I'm going to not to waste time, I'm going to make sure that my pot is filled up with my dumplings. And guys, when you saw me putting 6 tablespoons of oil, all of that oil will not be used up. Some of the oil will be left back in the pot. So do not believe that all of that oil is going to be eaten. And then remember that I'm not cooking this thing for 1 person. So okay, so you need to let them stay a little while on one side. My stove is a little bit crooked, but don't mind that. You need to let them stay on one side until they start being a little bit brown. And you will see them rising. At that point, you can turn them over. I'm almost finished putting my dumplings in my pot. That's the way I do it. Some people deep fat fry theirs, but I don't do that method. But if you like to deep fry yours, you can deep fry yours. And deep frying just simply means like when you covered your dumplings in oil, and they will when they're finished frying, they rise to the top of the oil. But I don't use that amount of oil to do mine. That's just how I was grown up, and I've done always use this method. I don't want to have a lot of oil to be left for days after I finish using it, to have that all that oil, and then it's gonna be stale. So I just rather just use the about this amount that you see me using. And now I'm turning over my fried dumplings, as you can see. Yes, I just make one pot of dumplings for my 3 boys. I bought a big enough pot because I can't bother have that little pot, and I have to be gonna put some of these more in the oil. I don't like to use the little pots, and then I have to be staying a long time in the kitchen frying, cooking. So this is my way of reducing the amount of time that I use. Okay, so guys, as you can see, my dumplings, they're almost done. You're gonna keep turning them. They're gonna when you see the dumplings rise and brown on each side, you're going to make sure you give it sufficient time for it to the inside of it to fry. So if anything and you don't know if it's done, you can always break just take out one of your dumplings and just break it, and you will see if the dough is cooked or not, and then you can go ahead and take it off. But I think it will take you it's not gonna take you long. Just look out for those signs for your dumpling to rise, make it brown on each side, and then inside supposed to be soft. When you push the fork in there, it must have this airy feel, like inside of it just light and fluffy. Then you will know that it is done. So I'm going to show you the next section of how I put it on a plate, and I'm going to come back to you so in a moment. So guys, here I'm going to take out my dumplings. I've put paper towel in the bottom of my container because the paper towel will absorb all that excess oil that you don't need to go in your body. So make sure you have you put your dumplings on a paper towel just to get rid of that excess oil, because you know our bodies don't need that amount of oil to clog up our heart and arteries, and our yes, so we don't need things to clog up our circulatory system, so we don't need to eat that excess oil. So here I'm just taking out my dumplings, make sure. Alright, so take out all of them. Alright, now I am going to put another piece of paper towel to absorb all that oil. There you have it, guys. Delicious fried dumplings made with whole wheat flour. Guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, and please check out my other videos. and come back for more. Thank you for watching.